Alright, welcome back to the nimrodjaune podcast. I'm your host, Jack Wale, and welcome back. It's episode 40. I would normally get a cake, but we doing things differently around here, as you can tell from these last sort of videos. We doing things a little differently. So, shout out to all my Apple Podcast listeners, Spotify listeners. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to the support on YouTube. Thank you. And yeah, let's jump right into it. By the time this podcast released, well, it should be released, it should be October 5th or 6th, right? And with that being said, this is the month I turned 18 years old. Turning 18 is normally supposed to symbolize like the growth as a person, the growth, the advancement and all that. But for me, it's like a testament of how little attention I paid to time. Because I came up with this analogy yesterday night when I was coming up with this, and I thought about it this school morning, of how I don't count the sand. I just look at the sand bucket. Meaning I don't pay attention to each individual day. It only when it's time for me to reflect that I actually realize how much time I've spent doing something. Right? Take for example, this year I've just been doing YouTube for the most part since February. I've just been doing YouTube. So I don't really pay attention to like the dates and all that. But it's ridiculous how fast it's going. Like, we're about to be towards the end of the year. We're getting towards the end of the year and the end of September. But I didn't know. It just feels like, yeah, time's getting cold. Like, damn, it's September. But it never really occurred to me, like, damn, it's September. I remember January 1st being in my dad's house, being in bed. It's like, wow, it's January. I want to do a lot of good things this year. I'm very proud I started doing this. And it's like, wow, this is weird to now be here. This is like a framework that I use sometimes where something weird's going on. It's like, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for me to look back on this with the sense of, damn, that was cool, or wow, that was weird. Anytime, I remember there was a time I failed my permit test 2 times. And I remember I was like, I can't wait for me to get past this so I can look back at this and laugh. Cause you don't realize, like, in the moment of it, it's terrible. You're like, damn, I failed my practice test. First time and second time I got it on the third time. Damn, that's hell. But when you get it and you can be able to reflect on it, you're like, damn, I did fail 2 times. I'm not retarded. Not to say that in an offensive way, but it's like, it's funny. It's very comical, in fact, when you're able to reflect on the dumb stuff that's happened to you. You're like, wow, that really did happen. Like, for example, randomly, they're like, damn, I did get cheated on. I never got cheated on, but it's just like an example. It's like, wow, that really did happen. But you don't really take into account how long ago that was. Like, I got my permit last summer. And it's like, it's been a year already. The less you pay attention to time, the faster it goes. But the more aware you are of your time, it slows down. There was a time where I used to map out my days to hours. So this hour I'm doing this. This hour I want to be doing this. This hour I want to be doing this. Alright, let me do these things so I can go to sleep, wind down, go to sleep. When it went like that, my day was not, it wasn't going fast. Oh, and for anybody who's like going through anything and is like want to start doing this for whatever reason, you looking at me, you have to do this a lot. I started doing this in February. YouTube in February. I had, let's say, about from last year's summer, from like let's say May to let's say September, I had probably gotten 30 hours worth of me just recording myself. Not even knowing I was going to do this, but just me doing it so I can get that skill. So there's no weirdness when I have to turn on a camera and speak in front of it. There's no awkwardness for me. It's as if I was talking to somebody else. And some people may get camera fright. My best advice is just do it. The reason why you're scared of it because you have not done it enough, or the nervousness is something you have not done it enough. That's why you're nervous. Because if I've done it enough times, there's no nerve, there's no anxious anxiety. It's like a regular thing to me. Making a YouTube video is nothing to me. Posting a video is nothing to me because I've done it so many times to the point where there's no real resistance between my regular self and when I'm on camera. There's really no resistance. There's no resistance between when I have to stand in front of a camera, record, and I have to post a video with my face in it, my voice in it. There's no resistance. And as I'm doing these, I'm recording. And this is another thing that's really messed up my perception of this. I'm recording a lot. I'm recording this podcast, right? I think it was 2-3 days ago. I tried to record a podcast that I ended up deleting, right? It's probably like 30 minutes each try. Didn't work out, whatever. Deleted it. And then I made a video. And then the next day I recorded again. And then I just lay low for 2-3 days, and now I'm recording this. So when I'm doing that all the time, I'm not worried about the days. To me, I don't really focus on the date. It's very well known in my group that I'm terrible with dates. I never really pay attention to the dates. I care about the day. What day is it? Oh, it's a Monday. Cool. It's Tuesday. Cool. It's Wednesday. Cool. I don't know the date of nothing. This kind of relates to like this central message of I'm kind of getting, or sort of, I'm feeling okay with the process or the steps in growing or getting older. Because before, when I was a kid, I used to be very hyper focused on growing up. As in, I used to imagine myself older. I used to imagine myself 27 with kids. That's not all too realistic now, but that's not the point. I used to imagine myself 35. Okay, what am I doing? 30, 47. What am I doing? 52. What am I doing? I'm in my hospital bed about to take my last blink. How does that feel? I was so hyper focused on growing. But when it got to like the years where you really have to become comfortable growing, aka your teenage years are your most formative years in general, but because across a very different numbers of reasons. But for me, it's when you actually have to start understanding the process of aging. You have to understand the acceptance of death, because this is around this time where a lot of people my age lose a friend, relative, a pet. This is around the time where they start to lose people. As you get older, you're going to lose more and more and more people. So this is around that age where I'm getting to that age, as in where I'm going to start losing people if I haven't already. And I'm not wishing this on nobody, God forbid, but I'm getting to that age and I have to accept the process of aging. I've talked about my parents saying that, oh yeah, we're getting one step closer to death. This is what I'm talking about. We're getting like every second that passes is the oldest you will be until the next second comes, if that makes sense, or it doesn't sound cheesy. So as time goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and you're not paying attention to it, things are changing. People are getting older. People are slowly getting to that side, if you know what I'm talking about. And you have to accept it. You have to come with an acceptance of, yeah, it's coming. Like, I don't wish this on nothing. But if we're speaking realistically, I really only have 3 to 4 more decades with my parents before they transition and I'm alone. You know what I'm trying to say? And am I ready for it now? No. But I'm getting to that age where the acceptance of it is gonna start coming up very gradually. Soon I'll be turning 21. Within 3 years, I'll be turning 21. And then from there, time is just rolling. So the answer that life is expecting, or the question life asks me is, okay, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna complain? Are you gonna try to run away from it? Are you gonna fear? What are you going to do about it? And there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do about time. Time has placed a death sentence on every single one of us from the moment we were born. From the moment you were born, you've had a ticking time bomb above your head, waiting to implode, meaning the day you die is when that timer comes off, or when that timer expires. And there's nothing we can do. Some of ours is longer than others. Some is cut short. Some people resort to hedonism. Some people say go to religion. I'm not saying either is wrong. It's your life at the end of the day. But there's gonna come a time where you have to accept the process of aging. And I'm approaching that age where I have to become very aware of time and what's going on around me, as in, these memories you having, this ain't gonna last long, so enjoy them. Because I go to college next year, so that's 4 years, and then after that I get a job and I'm working on my own, so that's even less time with the people. So I'm in high school now, so I gotta enjoy this time where I have my siblings right across the hall from me. My mom, I live in the same house with my mom. Call my dad, I can go to his crib and chill with him, kick with him for the weekend. I gotta enjoy this stuff, because you get breaks in college, but not like high school life. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a privilege. It's a great privilege to be young, but it's an even greater privilege to understand that I'm not gonna be young for a long time, so let me do as much as I can. It's a greater privilege to be young. It's an even greater privilege to do the best you can while you're young and not waste these times trying to play catch up when you're earlier. That's when you get messed up. Trying to play catch up when you're earlier, because you're gonna meet somebody who, not to compare their lives, but he figured out what he wanted to do at 16, got on it by 18, was already doing what he wanted to do by 24. You're just not finding what you want to do at 33. I'm not saying each path is right, but that's the people you're going to come across. People who've already figured out their life, have their life figured out and everything by 18. Have life done. You got the house, the car, the family by 32. And you're just finding out what you want to do at 33. It's just really, that's what you have to do. And you have to understand the process of aging and all that. The acceptance of it. That it took me 10 years to find what I wanted to do finally. You don't look at it as in, okay, I just wasted 10 years. I just spent 10 years figuring out what I wanted to do. You can consider it as a waste. I would never consider it as a waste. It took me 5 years to get back on YouTube. Those 5 years wasn't a waste. It was just me spending time getting to know what I wanted to do and finding an avenue in what I wanted to do. And I think I found it. But thank you for listening if you listened. And I'll see you guys next week. Matter of fact, I'll see you Monday with another video. And I'll see you next Friday with the podcast. Peace, y'all.